Hello, ladies and lads, divine earth angels. It's Nicole, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to recognize if you are indeed a light worker. So, what is a light worker? A light worker is essentially a person, a light being who is here on this planet for the very specific purpose of raising the vibration of this world, and to bring light and to bring healing and to bring really deep connections and joy to others. And the funny thing is, there are so many light workers out there who don't even know that they are a light worker. And I'm excited to share with you how to find out if you are indeed a light worker. So the beautiful thing about this is, if you're watching this video, chances are you are a light worker, because why else would something like this title intrigue you? You're curious, and for good reason. You've been guided here. And the thing about light workers is there are some very strong traits that identify us that we may have lived with all of our lives and never understood what was going on or what was happening. So here are just a few ways to kind of gauge if you are indeed part of this beautiful light worker class. So one way is whether or not you are highly sensitive to energy. If you're highly empathic, that means, can you feel someone's energy when they're near you? Can you instantly tell if someone's energy is powerful and not powerful in a good way, but so strong that it kind of makes you want to take a few steps back because it like blasts into your energy? That is a good sign that you are a light worker, because we have heightened abilities to tell whether or not someone's energy is good or bad. And in this way, it actually impacts us in parts of our life that we may have thought was our own energy. So say you grew up like myself, always sick, and no doctors could figure out what it was. I had stomach aches all the time, and the doctors could never figure it out. They just were completely baffled. And now that I'm older and know that I have these abilities, I know that when I get a knot in my stomach or a nauseous feeling for no reason, that means there's negative energy around me that I need to get rid of, or I need to step away from, or I need to protect myself or call in protection from my angels or Jesus. And it's just funny that that's what I lived with all of my life, and now it all makes so much sense. My face would get hot if there was negative energy around, and I never knew what that was. Like, my face would get burning hot, or I'd break out in hives. I thought I had like bad anxiety. And yes, energy does manifest in such detrimental ways as anxiety, depression. I definitely dealt with this stuff. A little girl dealing with depression, it was energy this whole time. And since discovering this, I no longer have to suffer. Depression is such a real and serious condition, but it doesn't always come from the same source, and the things that manifest into depression can be vastly different. Yes, it could be an imbalance in your brain, but yes, it could also be someone else's sadness or heavy energy from earthbound spirits around you all the time. So yes, energy can manifest in many ways in our physical bodies. Another way to gauge whether or not you are an earth angel is if you have a strong sense of distaste for injustice. I know this is something I struggled with growing up, and I still struggle with it at times, is I would be watching a movie, and if I suspected that there was going to be someone blamed for something they didn't do, or someone get punished for something that was not their fault, or if everyone was mad at someone for something that they didn't do, I could not finish it. I would just shut it down, be like, okay, I'm done. So I definitely feel that. And with bullying, and like if there was someone getting bullied at school, I would not tolerate it. I would step up for them. And that's something that's very strong in us light workers. Even if we might be too scared to stand up for another person when we see them being treated unfairly, that sensation of injustice that's just icky in our soul, that we just don't like it. Like, that's a good sign that you are a light worker. Watching someone suffer and wishing that you could do something to help, that is your light. And it wants to shine, and it wants to heal others, and it wants to put back into balance the war of dark and light, and it wants to put in balance this world. So that's another good sign. Another sign is if you have intuitive abilities that are stronger than what comes with us naturally. If you can see spirits, or if you can see the flashes of light of that usually mean there are angels around, or if you can hear different messages coming in, or if you can feel the energy, that's your clairsentience, feeling the energy around you. Those intuitive abilities, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, or if you just sometimes just know things, that's claircognizance. These are heightened, intuitive, spiritual abilities, and these are very common in light workers. So if you have one of these, if you have dreams and they come true, a premonition, or if you have psychic abilities, this is a great sign that you are indeed a light worker. You may also be a light worker if you've always had this sense that you don't necessarily belong here. Like, no matter where you go, you don't really feel like you're at home. You might have this sense of discomfort, and you don't really fit in. There's so many groups around in school, but there's not one group that you really fit in. Like, that's another sign that you might just be here to bring light into this world, and to bring joy and kindness and love and healing. So you might not fit in, but that's okay, because you have a higher purpose, and that higher purpose is more important than anything. I mean, you are here for a human experience and to be a human, but you are here to help heal this world. So those are just a few signs that you are indeed a light worker. And let me know if you have any experiences or signs that you can think of that may show that you're a light worker. Put those in the comments. Put your questions in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget, you are divinely guided and infinitely loved.